Hello and welcome to DDOCaSplat. We're a static group, like to challenge ourselves. We die a lot. It will be very entertaining. Yeah, welcome back. We usually play on, we usually do Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Continuing my production note. So last week I had a new computer. So did a few adjustments. I think last week actually went really well. But I did a few adjustments with some other stuff. So hopefully everything still comes across really good. That's the goal here. So
DDOCast sounded really good this week.
that's good. I actually I increased the volume in my recording software, both for myself and for others. And I also played a little bit with a compressor on my end as well. So we'll see if that helps. I tried to boost myself because I tend to, at certain points, kind of get a little too quiet. So I boosted myself up and put a compressor on it, so hopefully I don't get too loud on the flip side. We'll see how well that works.
Here is hoping.
For all the audio geeks who followed that. For everyone else, you can completely ignore that and prepare to watch us die.
Yeah, what the hell did you just say?
Bunch of fun audio stuff. Oh. I'm trying to figure out where these shadows were coming from. A weird place for a shadow.
Are you in K?
No, I was on my ship. Going up the ramp, there's some shadow. New computer, better graphics. Got to turn some of the graphics up. A little bit,
nice.
So there's, you can see more things.
I actually went through the same thing just maybe 4 months ago. I got a new computer, and it was going from a 5-year-old computer to a modern computer. It was so excellent.
Well, this is the fourth computer that I played DDO on, I think. I had my one from college, and then when I got out of college, I got a new computer. And then this is the second time I've replaced it since then. So yeah, fourth computer. And each time it's, the graphics get a little better.
I had a laptop, 3 laptops in my DDO life, and finally I have a desktop. So.
Yeah, my college computer was a laptop, but it was a more of a mobile desktop. It was a pretty beefy one, but I actually just finally gave that to a recycling company last week. The screen on that thing hasn't worked for years. It's just kind of a
I have my old laptop, the laptop before that, and a broken screen laptop just hanging around the house. The original laptop I took apart to just try to learn a little bit about it. I didn't do very well, but...
Well, I didn't want to just, throw it out because, the hard drive and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, with my first laptop, I pulled the hard drive out of that bad boy and bought a case on Amazon, and it's now a 150 gig external hard drive.
Yeah. Well, the second and third computer I had for DDO, I built the first one and then kind of reused a lot of the parts for the second one. It was actually in the same tower. There was a lot of stuff that was the same. I used the same hard drive.
Absolutely.
Well, plus I got the second time I got a new SSD hard drive to go with it, but.
How big?
That SSD was 120. My new one that I just got has a 250 gigabyte SSD.
Oh, that's excellent. Perfect.
I now have way more storage than I need. Actually, I think the other one, the second hard drive didn't fit. Actually, I was going to, and it didn't work because of the connections or whatever. But I had an external hard drive on that one, which is now connected to my new computer. Which, well, actually, one died. One external hard drive died, and I had to replace it. But now it's I think I've got like the 250 SSD drive, and then like the computer came with a terabyte hard drive, either a terabyte or a 2 terabyte hard drive. I don't really remember. And then my external hard drive is another 2 terabytes.
Wow.
So I have so much space right now, and I don't have that much stuff.
Space.
I mean, I've got some music. But
when I bought this computer, the guy had told me it was a 1 terabyte hard drive, and I got it home and checked it out, and it was 2. I was pretty excited about that. Nice little bonus there.
that's fun. Not gonna complain about that too much.
I do not have a solid state drive though, so
no,
I
they're
am
both,
jealous of you.
So I have 2 1 terabyte drives plus the SSD. So, but I mean, I still
Have you heard anything about those hybrid drives?
No, I'm not really a hardware guy, which is why this time I just bought a computer. Like the last 2 times I built a computer, but I had some people kind of helping me with that. Like the second time I had my roommate was a computer guy, and then I also knew somebody who worked for an online company that sold bits, hardware, or computer parts and stuff like that.
Sure.
So people like I built a computer, but I think it's more fair to say that other people built it and I assembled the pieces, or designed it and I assembled the pieces, kind of a thing.
It's not too tough to put it together.
No, and I can putting stuff together is literally kind of what I do professionally.
Did you get to step in?
Yeah, I'm inside.
Okay. Let's go inside and break some boxes.
Yeah, exactly. But this time I was kind of looking, do I want to build one? I could probably save a couple bucks. And then I found this computer online, and it was on sale. I think $150 off, kind of a thing.
Sure.
And then, like, okay, well, then I priced out, like, a comparable graphics card and motherboard and CPU. And I was most of the way. I mean, it was still a couple $100 short of what the cost of this was, but it was close enough. I was like, well, there's so many other pieces that I'm going to want to buy. And this way I don't have to deal. Like the last time I kind of hybrided it, like kept some pieces, I ended up having to buy more pieces. Like the power supply wasn't big enough the last time. So I had to get a bigger power supply. Which actually ended up being kind of a major hassle because not only did I have to get a power supply, I got one. They were selling one that was like $10 cheaper that was like opened. I took it home and it was missing cables.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so I took it back and like, hey, it's missing cables. Like, oh, well, you can go get a new one and you can just pay the difference of cost. I'm like, but it's a used box. Can you just give me the cable? No, we don't guarantee it. Like, why the hell do you put it out on the shelf?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you're probably supposed to check when people come.
Yeah, I mean, like the cables are not that. For $10 off, I'm taking something off of your shelf that you otherwise couldn't sell. You could at least, saving $10. Like, come on, give me the cables for crying out loud.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think those cables are in bulk, like $5 a pop or something.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
No, those hybrid hard drives I was talking about are partially SSD, mostly HDD. So that solid state stuff is, I'm definitely jealous of it. It's supposed to really increase performance.
Yeah.
Know how much Dungeons and Dragons Online drains our computer, but
it's not bad. But I mean, there's definitely a huge difference here. I mean, just the computer itself is way faster. I mean, I had it hooked up to my TV while I was loading stuff and using my old computer. And it has to, you install stuff and it has to restart. So it restarted. And it restarted, so it restarts, right? I'm like, oh man, this is taking a long time to restart. The TV looks like it lost connection and is now on the the cable box, like you need to turn the cable box on screen. So I'm going to like switch it back to the connection, right? Or, and I find out that, oh no, this is the computer login screen. It rebooted in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's the same with this. It blew my mind. This is just light years ahead of any other computer I'd ever owned. And yeah, that you turn it on and it is like ready to go in a matter of seconds. It's unreal.
Yeah, before would take me significantly longer period of time, like to restart. If I were to power down, restart, and come all the way back into the game, probably be a couple minutes. And now, it's so fast. It's awesome.
Yeah. There was a time like my computer was so terrible that I may have to actually, restart the entire computer in between rounds or something, and yeah, I'd be gone for 5 minutes at least. Between the exiting out of the game, which wasn't fast by any means, and then loading back up the computer, letting it try to get all the RAM processes done.
Yeah, I doubled my RAM. And, I mean, the graphics card alone that I have now has more RAM than my old computer did. The graphics card has, like an 8 gigabyte graphics card, plus I've got like 16 gigs of RAM.
That's excellent, yeah.
And I had been, Lessa and Mithri introduced me to 7 Days to Die. It's very addictive. Don't start playing it. But, I mean, it should take me a while to load in, and sometimes I was crashing a lot, like particularly over like the water, like the graphics couldn't do it. But now it handles it just fine.
It just feels good.
And I can
to
get it
have
so
a
fast.
computer.
It's pretty nice. I am very happy with my purchase.
Well, that's excellent. Sometimes
Which, considering I gave it like 3 hours of serious thought before I pulled the trigger, it's probably good.
Whoever just healed me, thank you.
Wasn't me. I'm in mini shot mode. You're on your own for healing for another 4 seconds. Once mini shot is engaged, you got to get all of it. I will say though, it is pretty annoying to like go through the whole, like, download a bunch of stuff and get everything working right. I should have downloaded DDO twice because I got an error in there somewhere. I did some quick digging, and it was like, here's a bunch of things you could try to do. When I tried them all, like, okay, the last thing is to just restart. Start over, reinstall it. I mean, it wasn't.
Try again. There's a RAM in the middle here if you guys didn't see it.
Then there's like some things that I download for the show and programs like that, and they come with, like, somewhere along the way I got some program that's essentially a malware program. It's really annoying. I had to deal with that and transfer files and stuff like that.
It's still a work in progress. I do some kind of artsy stuff in my spare time, and I went to go do some of it, and I realized, oh wow, I never did put that program back on the computer. So I spent a day uploading all of the programs from 2003 that I have and still use.
Vircha shouts, "The Sahagin have resumed the battle! Fight!"
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that I'll run into down the road. Like, oh yeah, I haven't installed iTunes yet. What I need to do.
There was a bit concerning iTunes about how often it asks if you agree with the new terms and conditions, and like I think think the guy was talking about how insecure they seemed because they constantly needed reassurance that you agree with them. Is this Reaper 2?
1.
1, since we're by ourselves.
Oh crap. Might need help.
Trying to switch targets and paralyze as much as I can here.
I think Vircha might be healing me or something.
Possible.
What's for 150 damage? It's either that or Bitter's laying on hands.
I have done that a couple times, yes.
Ooh, wow, I'm getting smacked around, guy. Step back, throw a couple potions down my gullet here. Thank you so much, Bitter.
A scream of agony bursts through the air as the Sahagin end the life.
And there went Vircha. At least it
Really?
wasn't too wiped, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that happen.
What the
It's-
fuck?
And he was a champion too.
I don't know.
How did he die? Jeepers. He must have got off on the side or something.
You know, we're not gonna
Heal
healing stuff once we go in, so.
I guess I probably could have rested outside, huh?
We can just restart it, really.
I don't need to. I'll be fine.
Let's heal you up anyway.
Bitter might want
I
to
can
rest,
get
but
my fingers to agree with me here.
so I guess he wasn't healing you. Or if he was, he wasn't healing himself.
I'm pretty sure he was healing us, though. I mean, we could always
Which is
grab a
also
higher
a
one.
first. I don't remember Vircha healing me ever.
Chant must have got on him or something.
Big, yeah. Big strike from some caster. Guess we'll maybe try to be a little bit more coherent between rounds.
Make sure the guy we're protecting is okay.
Yeah. Well, you forget that this is a protection quest because it's one of the easier ones.
Yeah, that's it.
I forgot.
Problems
Did
with
you
it.
know that they've fixed the library? Coil cannot die in the library.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. I had
That is
forgot.
retarded.
But now there's another one where you have to take, I think his name's Belwar or something like that, but you have to lead a dwarf through the mine in one of the quests before that, and it is ridiculously hard to pull off now. I'll leave him behind and enemies will spawn.
Yeah.
The battle has begun.
Ooh, here's a champ. Heading right up to Vircha. I think most of the rest of the village was alive too.
Yeah. I think he got off to the side and things jumped him.
I saw a champ Mudman running around and then a channeler, one of the casters. Wow, this guy's got some incredible DR. Nice. Try this again.
The The assault against Vircha slackens, yet Sahagan can now
Remnant over
begin
here.
destroying the village proper.
Check on
Vircha shouts to
Vircha.
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal him now.
I will be safe.
You're all over it, man. Hey, you guys are supposed to be destroying the city. Not attacking up here.
I don't know. Kind of don't mind if they're coming to us for a change.
Yeah, actually, absolutely.
You know how many times I've run around in this quest trying to find the last thing to kill?
What's the other thing besides Slomnuk that shows up here?
The ooze?
I think that's Slomnuk.
I don't know.
The ooze. I know the cool ooze that shows up here, but yeah, I'm not sure. I was.
Yeah, I almost never see that guy.
Yeah, I know. It's so rare. Let's see our friends here.
Another remnant.
What was the greatest part is in that last round, I at least saw 2 remnants on the ground before we got kicked out.
With the demolition attempt stopped, the Sahagan will surely renew their efforts to kill Vircha Etervs. He will need protecting again, and soon. The attack
So does the
resumes.
self-healing,
Burst
does
from
it
the
scale
black water.
less and less as you go up in skulls?
I mean, you get more. How much you get back keeps
Yeah.
going down. Yeah.
Okay, I figured it did, but as I think Reaper 3 is as hard as I've ever made it through or even really tried out, then
Yeah, I mean, it's all the stuff that happens in Reaper mode is essentially like a scaling effect. Like the more skulls you go, the more that it gets hit.
I think the extent of me seeing even the Reaper 10 stuff was when you guys did the Reaper 10 Shroud. There's a remnant down here on me. You won't be able to see it.
Busy.
Yeah.
I found the one in the middle. Where'd you say the one was?
Down at the bottom of these stairs over here. Like a step or 2 out there.
The second wave has been defeated.
I gotta say the traveler trunks were on sale a while back,
I will alert you when
so I
more
bought a couple
Sahagan
because they were
arrive.
cheaper than buying stacks of potions, or for XP potions. But they also had the remnant boost, the 30% remnant boost. That and the double remnants weekend. That was
Oh, wow.
great.
Oh yeah.
Every time I turned around, my inventory was full of remnants. My bag was full.
That's excellent. That's a good feeling to have, and not one that comes along very often.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
And it was a champion hunter. Doesn't that mean there are more champions?
No, Champion Hunter is the bonus, the extra stuff in the vendor.
Vircha shouts,
Oh, okay, okay.
"The Sahagan have resumed
Yeah,
the
absolutely. In the
Fight!
remnant
Fight!
vendor. Yeah, that's when they have the bracers and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't gang up on me over here. There's no need for that.
Oh, that was a great time to roll a 20. First shot at a champion caster.
Nice.
Gotta love those.
Uh-huh.
All right, what's his name? There he is.
I got him. He's fine.
Now that we're actually paying attention to the guy we're supposed to
Yeah.
be starting.
Oh, there's a goal in this.
Despite this, you feel they
Couple
will
remnants
press
around.
one more attack.
For
The
yeah, for
water
a Reaper one,
foams
quite a
angered
few.
as a
crowd.
Sahagan necromancer appears from beneath the depths.
Oh, too early.
Sahagan's lifeless
There we go.
bones to the
Take two.
Without her necromantic powers to animate them, the drowned zombies collapse as well. The refuge of the ancestors has been saved.
Inventory is full.
That's okay. I have to run to go grab a hire, so we will do that real quick, and then
Apparently I didn't sell last time. That's awesome.
I didn't even check where I was at this week. Like I said, I got on here and I was like, 7 days ago I played? Wow, busy week.
Yeah. I'll be going to sell. Oops.
Man, you guys are slackers.
I know. Thank God you're here to carry our corpses all across the place.
Yeah. Man.
So did anybody do anything crazy this week?
Played pen and paper.
Ah, excellent.
Pen and paper group was this week. I did not kill anyone this time. Although it was
Man,
near saying
slacker.
I had someone down to 1 hit point. We're fighting a shield guardian, and the one spell the shield guardian knows is fireball by a very high level caster.
Wow. So that's a very high level fireball then, I
Yes.
take it?
It only hit one person though, because the other two that took the shot, and I actually need to go this far. The other two that took the shot had evasion and saved. Like,
Oh,
I think they
perfect.
both rolled 20s and automatically saved. Like, whatever.
Critical save.
Yeah, we made it to the fire temple in Princes of the Apocalypse. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a lot of fireballs soon.
It can happen.
I need to get some cool friends who actually play.
It's easier now. 'Cause I know people that play online.
Now that's what I've heard. That's what a couple of my buddies have told me, is that I need to just break down and start playing online.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what you can do, it's what you can do. But not really what I'd be interested in. Because I mean, the game is fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's really more about
Hanging out with your friends.
yeah, it's an excuse to be with people and playing a game with people. That's the fun part, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the part of it that, I mean, nobody gets together and say, hey, let's play this game based on math. Unless, it's because you actually get to spend some quality time with.
The math isn't that hard.
No, by no means. Well, I say that like I've ever sat down and played pen and paper before.
Yeah, but the that fight threw him for a loop. They gave him there's like 3 levers, and the goal of the room is you can only fight the boss because it's the last fight. You can only fight the boss when all 3 levels are pulled, and after 3, 5, or 7 rounds, the lever turns off.
Oh.
So they just they're like, oh, okay, so these levers had different number of gems, so we'll pull the first one. Okay, the gems light up and they go down. Maybe we need to get all of the levers to have the
A
same
great
number of
red
gems at
tree
the same
grows
time.
out of the ruins of a
Like,
crumbling altar.
why? Where?
A sense of ancient
All right,
evil
whatever.
hangs heavy
Yeah.
here.
Have at it. So they pull it when they only give essentially they only give themselves 3 rounds to kill the boss,
Oh wow.
and then all 3 levers timed out at the same time, so it completely reset the fight. And they're like, that hurt. It's late, so we're kind of gonna call it a night. Like, doors open, guys. You can go outside and rest if you want. Oh yeah, that'll make it logistically easier.
Now, were you DMing?
Yes.
And I mean, you can be cool DM like that and tell them the door's open?
Yeah. I mean, partly because I'm trying to say, hey, you guys can.
Let's finish this round.
We should probably finish for the night, and logistically, it's a heck of a lot easier to just say, yeah, go rest and be full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Instead of coming back in a week or so and
Which, I mean,
everybody's almost...
it's kind of nice considering that I made them split the party twice. Like at 2 different points in the dungeon, they had to send people 2 different ways. Kind of like what's the Shadow Tomb where like there's an upper path and a lower path? You guys send people both directions. Kinda
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
I did that to them, right? Like you had to pull levers to go in, but you have to have people in different places to pull the levers. So
Oh, yeah,
do
absolutely.
you have to split up?
One of my least favorite quests in this game is the Necro 3 quest, where you have to share the gem in between the bars.
There's a trick to that, because you can, with the gear, if you click the lever, it unlocks it. But then if you interrupt yourself, it'll stay unlocked, but you won't have pulled the lever. So then you can pass the gear through, and you're not
Oh, wow.
timed, essentially.
Wow, so you could almost do it with a hireling then? Is that what I'm guessing?
No, you can't do it with a hireling, because you gotta have a body on the other side.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think you can do it with a hireling. Because you can't... You can't... maybe. I don't think you can. I haven't tried it.
I'll try it out this life.
But you
yeah,
can at least pass the gear pass, so you don't have to...
Oh,
it
yeah, and then
simplifies
you
that
can
a little
actually pull the lever at the same time instead of
Right.
pulling the lever, running, trying to have your trade window open, all that sort of nonsense.
bit. Makes it a lot easier.
Okay, let's call.
And the rug again attacked them.
That is a deadly rug.
You feel you could just step right through it.
Oh, of course I picked the hireling you had.
Now, I don't remember. This has been a long time since I did it. Do we need water breathing?
No, not at all. We are in one big bubble.
Okay.
Oh, talk to the dude. All right.
You have met with the rebel leader.
No,
Now you must find
the
two
guy that
fundamental
2 of
principles
us
that
used to
bind the
play a
palace
lot.
protectors.
Like we've been in groups for years and years and years. Took maybe 4 or 5 years
The
off.
High Priestess.
Like, hey, we'd maybe like to start playing again. So we did, and we got some. Pretty much everyone else has never really played. There was one guy that he was actually in my guild, but he hasn't been able to make it for a long time. So it's basically me, the guy I played with a long time, and a bunch of people who've never played before, which is a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I bet.
But he, in an earlier campaign, he got killed by a rug. Although he will be quick to tell you that the table set him up for the rug. So they're in this dungeon, right? And one of the earlier rooms, I described this room with it's usually a library of scrolls. There's scrolls everywhere falling out of the shelves. There's so many of them, and that kind of a thing. And basically there's a tapestry of mage wizard fighting zombies, and there's a rug in the middle of the floor. It's kind of a nice rug, right? And he immediately keys in on don't step on the rug. And it's like, it wasn't just him. They're just like, don't step on the rug. So the rogue goes and searches the room and rolls a 1 on his search roll. So I had him fall, like, trip on the scrolls and step on the rug, which activated a trap, which the tapestry started spitting out zombies.
There's a room right under you, Bitter.
Nice. So now they're like, oh god, rugs. Oh no, not rugs, right? But I gave him like 2 other rooms with rugs in that didn't do anything. But this time the rug
set him up for.
This time the rug actually tried to eat 2 of them. It was big enough to hold, to grapple 2 at a time. Because it's a rug, it can do that. And actually, one of them I got a critical hit on to grab him, so I popped him pretty good. And then the monk to finish him off and get the kill the rug finally. With the rug, so you punch the rug and it essentially went through. the fist killed the rug, but it went through and hit the guy who was almost dead. Knocked him unconscious.
Oh, excellent.
Which is pretty amusing.
That's the part of it that I think I'd have the most fun with, just having fun, like, with each other. There's a rim chest right beside you there.
Yeah, that's all. Well, one of the people was brand new. It was her second time playing. And she's like, the rug almost ate me. Like, it's kind of a rite of passage in this group. Rugs.
Yeah, watch out for the rugs. And then,
My defense, the rug that killed the other guy that many years ago, that wasn't me. That was actually before I was in that group.
Oh, so you also had to go probably through that rug rite of passage.
No.
Just brought it back then, I take it?
I mean, it just seemed appropriate. It was variety. Ooh, smack. Just looking for a variety of things to have in there. And, this idea that this is a dungeon, well, not really a dungeon, but a challenge, of if you will. I think like a temple that's created with the idea that, someone who's worthy will get through it, kind of a thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So just, variety for variety. Instead of it being like a trap, it's actually the rug. And stepping on the rug didn't activate it either. It was a different activation.
Yeah, see, I think I just have so much fun. Seems neat. I think I told you the first week before I was really part of the group that I actually discovered the game because I had looked up Dungeons and Dragons, and this was the first thing that popped up. I checked it out. Korthos Island had me hooked. I never got to play with all the old, Smuggler's Rest, whatever that used to be called.
I mean, Smuggler's Rest wasn't really stuff. I mean, there was a little challenge, a little quest to teach you how to do different things in the game, kind of like the Grotto, but different. But then, like, a lot of the other quests are just recycled from those days. They retooled them a little bit, like when you go out into the Korthos Island, and jump down, and there's that giant thing at the end.
Sewer. Yeah.
Yeah, the puzzle is new, and it didn't used to be Sahagin in there for mobs, but otherwise, like, the map is exactly the same.
I remember one time, I think it was shortly after Menace of the Underdark, I went back into Hayton's Rest and was so shocked at all the work they did in there. They changed that up quite a bit. I mean, the shape of the dungeon is still the same, but they redecorated that quite a bit. Took away a lot of the breakables.
Yeah, they didn't really do too much to change the function of the quest. They mostly just changed the mobs and gave it a storyline.
And I mean, made it so that the loot from there could actually be useful. Or the loot from just the Korthos quest line.
I mean, back in the day, some of that loot was pretty handy.
Yeah, I bet. I remember
Long
when
time ago.
wow, that was brilliant. Well, I hear you guys talk about it all the time, and I think I told you I went back and listened to a bunch of Jerry's DDOcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way that everybody talked about the loot. By the time I had joined the game, everybody was, over all of that stuff. Which I think it was 2010, late 2010 when I joined, but still well behind the people like Bitter and you. Can't believe we didn't see a Reaper in either run of standing.
There was one.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was one. Thought there was. Go back and look at the video.
Yeah, okay. That's usually something I'll do in the mornings, maybe, is toss on the video and listen to it as I go through the day.
See how silly you sounded?
Yeah, it always does, too. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe it's me. I sound so
Did I
much
really say that?
Yeah.
What a bozo.
I think that all the time. I still have a lot of fun with it, so that's the important part.
Yeah, like every time I open my mouth, I stick my ass in it. Pretty much.
I think you guys are pretty awesome, if that makes any difference. It's just me that's the bozo.
No, I definitely get that honor.
No way, man. You're the tank. You're like the reason we survive. And you know so much about the game too. It's just.
Well, I used to, and I stopped playing like 2 years ago, and I don't know nothing anymore.
You'll have it back under your belt in no time. There you go.
I gotta say, it's a different game. Much improved, I think.
Yeah.
It is a world away from where it was just a few years ago. You're right.
And I still don't feel this is the greatest MMO out there.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Slayer Arrow crit. That was nice.
Flame Strike. Ooh.
Yeah.
Is she paralyzed?
She's imprisoned in ice. You have to free the water guardians.
Oh, that's the. Yeah. I haven't actually run Red Fens in a couple of lifetimes, just because the abundance of experience nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big difference in the game too. You don't have to run the same crap over and over and over again. You literally could skip half the quests in the game now.
Yeah, awesome. I really like that too, because there are a lot of quests in the game. That anybody want to dampen Great Club of the Scrag?
No, thank you.
You got that Golden Swamp Pearl last week.
I've got one already that's just sitting in the bank somewhere.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
The only thing I did with it at this point would be to mirror it, which doesn't use it up. So. No, I remember back in the day. You want to talk about back in the day when we'd run Vaughn 3 on Elite because it was like the most challenging stuff you could run, and you might get a +1 tome out of it. You'd come out of there, and then you'd spend the next couple of days getting up your XP debt back.
Oh, hit the XP debt. Oh, those were the days.
Yeah, I am not. As a matter of fact, when I started, I was with a bunch of really cool, knowledgeable guys in the game, and that's what they told me. You're so lucky. There's no more XP debt.
And then at one point they made it so that XP debt decayed. So if you didn't play for a while, it went away. There's a Fear Reaper over there.
Uh-oh.
I think we should go kill it before it comes and kills us.
Spots one of us somewhere.
Ooh, that hurt.
Okay.
Hey, there's guys
So
behind
far,
us.
so good.
They got the drop on us.
Well, kind of, except then you threw some paralyzing arrows at him. Won everything. I just keep
So we
coming.
need to go south and to the west. That's kind of where we need to go. Or? Two champions. Awesome.
Oh.
Two remnants on me.
Excellent.
70 remnants. There we go.
That's the way to do it. Pulled 60 some out of one of those, and
That pot, I got one that was like 84.
wow.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Are you still running on your pots?
I think I've got one that's still going, yeah. I probably used like 7 hours of, maybe even less. I was expecting to get more time to play on Sunday than I did. I don't think the double chance is still going. I thought it was just the weekend, but the stuff you can get from the vendor is still here.
Oh, is it? Champion
think
Hunter
so.
week. Yeah, it's usually a week.
Usually when the bonus, the extra stuff is here, they
causing the water to boil up.
have it for a
This is the
week.
demon's
But the
gate.
double remnants is
A
usually
magical
only
barrier
for
blocks
the
entry
weekend.
For the foolish or the brave.
Yeah, which I knew it was a double remnants weekend, and I just couldn't get around to playing.
Plague Reaper incoming.
Need friends.
Oh, paralyzing arrows are turned off. Oh no. Turn it back on, turn it back on.
You have reduced the forces loyal to Priestess Sleek here. The rebels will have an easier time of it when they make their move.
So on Epic, that optional is totally worth doing. Killing the patrols out here. That's a
Oh,
pretty
is
good.
it?
Yeah, the second one not. I'm just gonna run to the door.
And in Epic, the end of the quest, isn't that the demon down there?
Well, the quest still ends in the same place, but if you want the epic chest, you have to go down and fight the demon. Yeah.
That's what it was. I guess we'll skip past these guys and jump in after you.
To your surprise, a drow woman slips out of the shadows. She beckons you closer.
The red named water elementals on Epic are a lot more pain too. Laundry's done.
Yep.
the spirits prowling before you radiate both power and great evil. Yet the spirits see
Oh my gosh, this hurts my eyes.
internal struggle.
What's that?
If you keep your distance,
The graphics in here.
Oh.
Holy cow.
The graphics that are always painful are the when you go shadow or the darkening or whatever, when it goes like all purple hazy
Yeah.
on top of snow, and what goes up. Oh god, that is terrible. You should run those quests. You probably haven't run those. Do you have the Shadowfell expansion?
Yeah, I played all those quests.
Oh, okay.
Have you played all of the Archon stuff, Bitter?
I have not.
Oh, I think you'll enjoy that. Just a little bit more Shabarath stuff.
Those quests are like all the newer quests. That stuff gets harder.
Yeah, I went out there with a first lifer way above level and got smacked around. I mean, I was running other stuff higher level than that. That first Archon trial, right before you get in the door, sometimes it can get really scary out there. It's better.
Alright, where'd you guys go?
We are upstairs opening the prison doors. It's actually, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. How about that? Say something that'll end up getting us in trouble.
Too many Slayer arrows. Out of spell points again.
Does Faden have DVs?
Okay. I'll probably get a lost soul here sooner or later.
Nope.
I think there's a shrine in here.
There is.
Ooh, hidden door. I shouldn't open it with nobody else around me though, right?
Probably not a good idea. Actually, the bummer is I can't. Oh, no, I can. I can't switch back to paralyzing arrows, but got some temporary hit points or temporary spell points.
Ooh, nice. You guys want to check that secret door?
It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
I mean, it goes outside. Actually, what we used to do back in the day was those corrupted water elementals, you'd kite them around and you'd lock them in that door because they wouldn't open the door.
Just put them away.
Yeah, well, on Epic, they had so many hit points.
Yeah, back.
They're not bad at all in Heroic, but... There's a lost soul. There's a secret over here, though.
Bitter and I are working on this alley over here.
I see that. Alright, now I'm gonna get the secret door. This one is worth going behind. If I can find it. Oh man, I can't find this one?
Where you at? There's no dots on it. I see it. Okay, yeah, I can find it. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's loot this while Bitter is playing with the water elemental.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. We might have undervalued ourselves, or undervalued ourselves here. What's the damage reduction for them? Cold iron?
I don't think there is any. Elementals usually have just a hard up damage reduction.
Ah, okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing about you.
I went through the door at the end of the hall. I can't go back either. There's Bitter. Can use the shrine, we're not coming back.
You were all over it, Bitter.
Yeah, occasionally I get lost enough to find out where I'm going.
You can only turn left so many times, right?
Yes.
Finally get to your spot.
So I think for this, go after the statue, and I'll try to paralyze everything else.
Okay. Good job.
The one thing I can't paralyze is the champion. Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. That got real fast.
Yep. Oh, man. There goes nothing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this could be the bad part of the day.
Let's see here. Can
There's a champion water elemental in there that's pretty brutal.
And it didn't work, of course. Just get that heal off. Oh, I didn't catch GH. That's brilliant. Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Smoked again. That light bearer water elemental.
Now I'm trapped, so I'm screwed.
Your dude's still... Oh, never mind. Not up anymore. Yeah, this room
Alright.
sucks.
Wow,
This is a
there's
hard
a
room.
lot of... Yeah.
Well, I was doing okay, but that light bearer water elemental hosed me. Got me really good.
What are we looking at?
I got one more cake, but I'm not going to use it until my mini shot comes off timer.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically need to get another 1,000 points of damage on that imprisoned heart of water. That'll open up the shrine.
Well, did they mention in the whatever the notes were if they fixed the cakes?
No, they still work for 2 people.
That is excellent.
It doesn't suck.
Boy, they are not returning to their posts, are they?
Nope. Might be a safe spot over here. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, where you're at. All right, who wants the second res on this?
Give it to Beavis for sure, I think.
Yeah, I could try and raise someone.
Probably get Faden next just so she can keep you guys alive. Get me last.
I think that accidentally got that buffoon. That's terrible. Like I clicked and then it hit the higher instead.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Don't.
Maybe take 2 next week.
I don't know. I'm out of cakes now.
Yeah,
I didn't restock.
Yeah, I think it.
All right. Well, there's our party wipe for the week.
Yeah, I think that kind of sets it in stone. I could probably.
Almost there. I had like. Oh well.
Yeah, I think it's time to.
Well, thanks for watching DDOCaSplat. We hope you enjoyed us banter about things not really related to DDO, and then watch us die at the end.
That was a.
Told you we're good for 1 a week.
I didn't think we were gonna get it. I was about ready to brag.
That spot's pretty rough. So.
Yeah, that was brutal.
You can catch us most Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can follow me on @DDOCast to make sure follow us for cast updates and when we're playing. Don't forget to watch our weekly podcast about DDO news and discussion and stuff like that. Again, follow us at DDOCast to find out when that is live. You can also watch it on YouTube or DDOCast.com. Thanks for watching.